I honestly didn't think that there could be more news this week than there was in last week's Byte of MMORPG news video, but boy was I wrong. And, yeah, I hate being wrong. But yes, there is even more to go through this week. Some good, some bad, and some strange. So, I hope you're ready. Let's start off by talking about Ragnarok Online 2. If you weren't aware, Ragnarok Online 2 was a terribly received sequel attempting to bank on the popularity of the Ragnarok Online MMO series. Where Ragnarok Online had a plethora of classes, depth, and a very intricate class system, Ragnarok Online 2 was the complete opposite, being a carbon copy of every other anime MMORPG released in 2012. Nothing really stood out about it, and therefore it died as rapidly as it released. Now, in 2019, Warp Portal have announced that they will be completely removing the development team assigned to the game, meaning that no additional content will be added ever. No further support whatsoever is going to be offered, and all in-game events will cease. However, don't worry, the game itself is not going to be shutting down. Instead, they have plans on keeping their single server up and leaving the cash shop in operation. So, you know, if you want to continue to spend money in the game, you still can. Support the company that doesn't want to offer any further support to its player base. I don't know what Warp Portal are smoking, but it's clearly affecting their decision-making skills, as this is a ridiculous thing to do. I bet you haven't heard of this one, and if you have, you're older than I thought. WebZen's unique golfing MMO, Shot Online, is actually launching onto Steam on the 22nd. Yes, it is a golf MMO. Golfing. These actually exist. Shot Online, in fact, has actually existed for over 14 years. Yeah. In new Ashes of Creation news, Intrepid Studios have announced that the next round of beta testing for their Ashes of Creation MMO, their Ashes of Creation Apocalypse Battle Royale will be running from January 24th to the 27th. The Battle Royale is free to play, and Intrepid have made sure to inform the player base that Apocalypse is definitely a large focus right now, stating that they are working on network issues, bug fixes, server performance stability, and the game mode itself. Yeah, so for those of you that didn't think that they would devote time and effort to the Battle Royale, stating that the MMO was their only focus, you may want to take a moment to reevaluate that. Now, in ArcheScam news, many players thought, wrongly I might add, that GameGo purchasing ArcheAge would mean that Trion could no longer scam them out of money with their pay-to-win BS that had plagued the game up until this point. However, in their latest shiny new update, GameGo listed a large selection of updates to whet player appetite. They detail these updates in their patch notes, although GameGo, I guess, neglected to mention a teeny tiny little alteration: mount normalization. Many mounts have actually been scaled back down to the base speed for mounts in-game. This includes various very expensive mounts that players thought would retain their increased movement speed. Mounts that were even advertised and sold with a higher base movement speed for several weeks. All of this without any warning or even any acknowledgement from GameGo themselves. This is the exact same thing that Trion did back in 2017. So guys, it is good to know that ArcheAge has a new publisher, but they employ the same shady money-making tactics. Expect a new cash shop mount in the future with increased movement speed. Yeah. Oh, if you hadn't already, then I would advise bailing on ScamAge and going on over to the ArcheAge private server where the majority of the community went when GameGo bought rights to ArcheAge. Link will be in the description and the pinned comment. The Elder Scrolls Online has a large patch incoming that is going to shake up the way racials are handled. ZENIMAX have stated that they believe the current system severely limits players' freedom to create and play characters the way they want. Many fans of ESO have likely experienced this personally in-game, where you get kicked due to playing a race with marginally lower capabilities due to what they deem to be a mathematically inferior class to race combination. An example of this is healing as a Khajiit as opposed to an Argonian, or playing a non-High Elf or Dark Elf sorcerer. This change to racials will essentially homogenize the racial ability system altogether, giving players more freedom to play the race they want as the class they want, which is ZeniMax's primary goal. Additionally, ZeniMax revealed that Elsweyr, the homeland of the Khajiit, is actually their next chapter. It'll bring with it the new Sunspire 12-man raid, new dungeons, large PvP updates, and over 30 hours of main scenario questing. The developers behind the upcoming MMORPG Legends of Aria have actually announced that their planned early access will be targeting a spring 2019 release. The game has a large content update scheduled for January 30th that will include a large selection of dungeons, but their goal is to launch their game onto Steam with as little issue as possible. Some people are, I guess, kinda understandably upset with the delay, but honestly, Steam users love leaving negative reviews purely for the sake of leaving a negative review. So this will, I guess, hopefully dissuade some of them, which is ultimately a good thing for the longevity of the game. Blade & Soul, which is still alive and kicking, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary with in-game events and free costumes. So if you haven't already and you want to nab it while you can, make sure to log in. And yes, the game is still alive, even after 3 years. Whales, man. A Blade & Soul and TERA update in one news video? Wow! In TERA's latest update on the 15th, en masse released quite the sizable PvP related update. A large 7v7 battleground called Shore Hold that takes you into a smaller scale battleground with faster queues, because let's be real here, the population is so low in TERA now that the lower team size means you might actually be able to participate. There's also new disciplinary, harmonic, and impregnable PvP gear for players to purchase. On the PvE side of things, a new PvE training ground has been introduced as a solo instance for level 65 characters to jump into and practice in. Although this update doesn't really do anything to aid in the lack of endgame content, it is nice, I guess, that they're trying to keep PvP alive by allowing less players to participate in battlegrounds at a time. If you want more Lost Ark information to drool and ultimately cry in a corner over due to no confirmed Western release date, then I got your back. Last time I talked about Lost Ark, I mentioned that they had already worked on the next large patch, which was soon to be released. The new patch, featuring the content of Roandel, will actually release this month on January 30th, providing players even more to do and even more to explore. However, what was most interesting was that they are already hard at work with the next large content update after Roandel, which will be introducing both a new guild system into the game and a functional battleground. Russia will be getting Lost Ark soon, and we're still left in the dark. Hashtag feels bad, man. For fans of the anime MMO closers, you're gonna be a little saddened, or maybe you'll be happy, I don't know, to know that en masse have confirmed, due to overall low population on both the North American and European servers, they will be holding server merges in an attempt to combat further decline. The merge is scheduled to take place on January 29th and will last roughly half a day. En masse have also confirmed that only a maximum of 20 character slots will be given, so if you have more than 20 characters, they are advising you delete any unwanted or unnecessary characters. As for character names, en masse have stated that there will no doubt be naming conflicts once the merges have completed. To combat this, players in the North American region will be given priority, which means that European players, unfortunately, are going to be forced to rename their characters after the merge is complete. Now, where the world server that they have plans on making will be held is currently unconfirmed, but due to North American players receiving priority naming, it's likely European players will be forced to play on North American servers with increased ping in the future. Which is why, honestly, I play on the Code Closer private server anyway. I mean, they're further ahead, they have a healthier population, and no issues like this. Like ArcheAge, the link will be both in the description and the pinned comment. Nexon announced earlier this week that it has plans for a Western release in mind for AxE, Alliance vs. Empire, an upcoming mobile MMORPG that focuses on an epic war between two conflicting factions, the Galanos Alliance and the Darkon Empire. According to Nexon, the game is a next-generation, fully featured MMORPG on mobile devices with a sprawling and ever-changing open world that features console-quality HD graphics. AxE supposedly has a large focus on PvP, including large 150-player battlefields and more traditional 4v4 player arena matches. But that doesn't mean that PvP is its primary focus. The game offers various dungeons and raids as well, like most MMOs, including mobile MMOs, do in this day and age. My main concern, though, is whether or not the game is going to be completely autoplay or not. That's a deal breaker for me. Who am I kidding? It being on mobile is a deal breaker for me. On the 22nd, the new Battle for Dazar'alor raid will open for both normal and heroic difficulties. The new Mythic Keystone season will launch, and players can begin battling one another for the second PvP season. Not much really in the way of fixing current issues players are having, but Blizz have promised that the Rise of Azara update will fix a lot of the problems players have with the current systems as they are. Now here's a game I bet you'd all forgotten about until now, Bless Unleashed. You know, Bandai Namco's free-to-play version of Bless Online when Bless Online was still buy-to-play. You know, before Bless Online went free-to-play and ultimately scammed everyone out of their buy-to-play money. Yeah, Bless Unleashed. I'm glad you're all caught back up now. Anyway, Bandai Namco released a new video earlier this week detailing the 5 classes found within Bless Unleashed: the Berserker, Crusader, Mage, Priest, and Ranger. Bless Unleashed is still scheduled for 2019 release on Xbox One. You guys ready to spend your hard-earned money in the cash out for Bless 2.0 yet? Let's fund NeoWiz's Bless mobile game that's in the works. Hell yeah! PAX South is set to have a pretty sweet reveal this year, with Astellia, a AAA MMORPG that provides players the ability to collect dozens of magical companions known as Astels and take them both into PvP and PvE combat, is set to make an appearance. The team behind Astellia are actually very excited to be able to finally fully show the game off, claiming that they are creating an MMORPG for fans of the genre, going as far as claiming that it will be a place they will be proud to call home later this year. Now, whether players are actually going to receive the game as well as they're hoping remains to be seen, but nevertheless, Astellia does have several beta periods planned over the course of 2019. Astellia features the Holy Trinity class system, providing players the ability to play the Assassin, Mage, Ranger, Scholar, and Warrior. The game also features both traditional group dungeons along with solo dungeons for players to tackle alone. Astellia admittedly is definitely promising, but we'll just have to wait and see how this really goes. If you weren't keeping up to date with Dark and Light, then allow me to quickly catch you up. Dark and Light launched to a concurrent player count of over 14,000 players in 2017. As of right now, the game is sitting at less than 1,000 concurrent players. Snail Games, the terrible publisher behind Dark and Light, recently revealed that they're going to be merging servers together in an attempt to combat the death of the game, stating that they will be merging over, I guess, like 70% of their servers together. Good job, Snail Games! Yes, this game is still alive and online. Actually, and this may surprise you, Atlantica Online has actually been online for 11 years now. In celebration of their 11th anniversary, Atlantica Online will be providing players various large events and updates that will be rolling out all month long. Updates and events include the Mentor and Mentee system, a level cap raise up to level 200, a new PvP mode called Chaos Ladder, 13 level 170 talents, and an update to rank battles. You know, I actually miss Atlantica Online. It is by far one of the most unique tactical MMORPGs out there. You guys should definitely take a look if you haven't already, or at the very least, check out some of our videos on it. And, that finally sums up everything that happened over the course of the last week. Holy crap, that was a lot. I was honestly considering breaking this into a two-parter. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.